On this channel, I almost never do paid reviews, and that's not going to change, but every once in a while I come across a product that I use in my life with my car, and it's just such a great product that I want to review the product so you guys can kind of see what I'm using and what is in my arsenal of tools for my car. So not a paid product sponsorship or anything, like I'm not getting any money for this. It's just a tool that I use, not every day, because it's not something you can use every day, but I use. Some of you guys know that I did just buy a truck, and I've had some problems both with my WRX, if you follow the channel, and the truck with the battery. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the title of the video already. So I'm talking about a product that I've used for some time now, and I've actually used, and it's gotten me out of some tight pinches, and I'm pretty much in love with this product because it's one of the cheaper options on the market, and it's been extremely reliable and just a great product. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what the product is. I'm going to talk to you about the product, do like a quick little review because there's not much to talk about it because it's just super simple and reliable. I'll tell you guys exactly why I had to use it because it did get me out of some pretty sticky situations and why you might consider having one yourself. And yeah, I'm not trying to convince you to get it. It's just something that I'm so happy myself that I got for the channel and just got for myself. And it's, again, like literally saving money because my batteries died on the way to work before and in work situations. And this thing is, again, got me out of sticky situations. So let's take a look at it. It's the TOPDON JumpSurge Jump Starter. It's the JumpSurge 1200. I got this one when I initially bought the truck, so it was like big enough to jumpstart my truck as well as my WRX. So it's super simple, it's super small, like in comparison to my hand, like even just the packaging is super small, so it fits in my glove compartment. You get your cords. I'll pull them out so you guys can see them. That's the instruction manual if you ever had to listen to it or if you ever had to read it. Charging cord, pretty easy. I keep it in the car because I actually just charge it in the car. Jumper cables, super short, super easy to use. Nice jumping cables, light indicators for what's going on. Just plugs into the jump starter. And then the most important thing is the jump starter itself. It's super small. So hand comparison, basically every other like competitor in the market, these things are like 6 times the size. There's a couple brands out there that like use the charge remaining in your battery if it's dead to charge your battery, but those things are freaking huge, and I don't want to keep this like massive thing around with me all the time. And this can act as like a rechargeable battery, so I've taken it on a couple hikes just to like charge camera gear and like my phone and stuff. So super small, easy to charge. We'll zoom in just for a second here. So charging input there. It has a DC output. You can like power tire inflators with that, like super simple. That's the actual jump starter, and then you have a 12 volt and a 5 volt USB, and that's basically it. LED light, and it charges really quickly. I've been carrying this thing around for some time now. You get like more charges than I've ever gotten out of my phone. I mean, basically what I do is I plug this thing into the car, like keep it in my car, keep it in my truck, plug it in to charge it once every 3 months, essentially. Charges for about half an hour, full charge, and then it's good for 3 months. So all you have to do is charge it 4 times a year, and you can jump your car in any situation to do that. So super handy, and definitely just like a safety feature. Like this little thing will get you out of a pinch if your battery dies, and that's happened to me a bunch, and I'll tell you guys about that. Well, let's just jump and you can go back to looking at me because this thing is pretty self-explanatory. So a lot of you guys might be asking, like, why am I reviewing a product like this? Like, why is such a simple product getting reviewed on a channel like this? The reality is there's been a couple situations over my ownership of the WRX where my battery died. You know, I had a couple instances where the Accessport needed to be updated and it actually stayed on after I turned the car off and it drained the battery. I've left lights on before, like when I was wiring like the lights, I made mistakes and they drained the battery. All those things happened and that car died, and it was always super inconvenient to try to find someone to help me jump the car. So for some time now I've been looking for a product that like will help me get out of those situations, not have to rely on other people. So I'd already been on the lookout, and I actually used it already once on the WRX, and it's like, again, like with these reviews, it's not like I have a dead battery, so it's, you know, I'll open the trunk to show you kind of like what you have to do, but it's pretty self-explanatory with jumping a battery. But more importantly, like one of the things that I was thinking about when I wanted to get it was like with this truck, my plan is to do some like overlanding, off-roading, and like camping out in the middle of nowhere, and it's pretty critical. Like if I'm having bad experiences and I've been in sticky situations with the WRX and the battery's died, like if this battery dies out in the middle of nowhere, I'm pretty stuck, especially if I don't have cell phone service or anything like that. So I know that's not a situation for everybody, but I wanted to have some kind of peace in mind. So both for my own safety and just like getting out of a situation, it is super useful. It is also just a power bank if you need power. So it kind of goes twofold, that I can like still charge gear or get a couple phone charges out of it, even if I'm in the middle of nowhere, and still know that I'm safe to actually charge it, use the jumper. Basically what I've been doing was the few times that I have had to use it, like I'll jump the truck or I'll jump the WRX, and I will then, as it like sits or as I use it, because I have to recharge the battery of the car itself, I'll recharge the jumper just in case like I have a bad battery and I have to jump it every time. So here we have my massive trunk battery, which I've actually already had to jump, and it was in a work situation. So again, pretty much saved me some money because I had to get to another job site and I couldn't turn the car on. But if I were to do this, essentially, like I just pop the cap off, this gets plugged in, pretty self-explanatory. It's plugged in, it's at 75% power. I connect the positive, I connect the negative, and then I press the power button and the truck's jumped. And it will tell you if it's all connected correctly or if it's reversed or what you have to do. And that's basically it. Pretty self-explanatory, and it'll get you out of some pretty quick sticky situations if that's something you're worried about. And for all of you that have been asking to see the interior of the truck, this is what it looks like. It's a pretty big engine. It's the 5-liter V8. Pretty happy with it so far. I've had to do a bunch of work on it already, like new trans lines and stuff, but that is a later video to come. And yeah, guys, so I know this is an unusual video for the channel, but it's just something that I've been using for some time, and I feel a lot safer in my truck, both with like all the camping and like overlanding that I'll be doing, but also just like all the situations that I've had with the WRX where I'm like wiring new lighting, or I make some mistakes, or the Accessport runs the battery. Like over the 5 years of ownership, probably like 3 or 4 times the battery died, and obviously one of the times the battery was just dead and I had to replace it. So that is inevitably going to happen, and all those times I was, you know, stuck in a parking lot or somebody somewhere in the city. I can't, remember every time, but it was basically like I was waiting for somebody to come pick me up and jump the car, and I had to find cables, and eventually I started carrying cables with me. But like all things that I don't have to worry about because I spent a little bit of money on Amazon. Again, not paid to say this or anything, but it's just a product that, again, some peace of mind, and someone was asking me one time, so I decided to make a video on the product that I'm using. I did reach out to the company. I think that there will be a discount code in the description below, but you can just get it on Amazon. And again, it's like one of the cheapest options on Amazon. So don't buy it if you don't need it. And otherwise, if you think you want it or you want some peace of mind, like that's what I'm using. So that's this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.